First question, is asking for God's forgiveness through the Prophet Muhammed sallallahu alaihi wasallam shirk, or is it just haram? No, of course, asking forgiveness or asking anything through the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam or Isa or any other prophet is shirk. To call upon any person, whether he is a martyr or whether he is a prophet or a righteous person, and seeking forgiveness through them or asking that person to ask Allah for forgiveness is shirk. If the person is thinking about the hadith where the blind man came to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and he asked the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam that to ask Allah to give me a dua that I can make, and then most people who use this evidence, they try and use this as an evidence to say that you can use the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam as a means of wasila to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You will always find that they fail to quote the full hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. In fact, if you keep on reading the hadith, it clearly states that the man states, "Oh Allah, through my dua to you and through the Prophet Muhammad's supplication for me." So he was in front of the Prophet, asking the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam while the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was alive on this earth. Okay? And then he made dua for himself, and the Prophet ﷺ made dua for him, as is very clear from the hadith. So sometimes this hadith is used in order to try and twist it to say, look, this man sought forgiveness through the Prophet ﷺ, but that is actually not what can be understood from that hadith if it is read correctly.